What's up, comic book fans? This is Mark, and this is another Comic Crazy review for the second week of August 2010. I have 3 comics to talk about this week, all DC, as well as I have a nostalgia comic, which is also DC. So, yeah, because it's been a small weekend. Basically, I had no money, but I'm still going to review these for you guys. By the way, I'm sick, so if I sneeze or cough, I'm sorry. So, let's begin with the nostalgia comic, seeing that I really want you guys to buy this. The reason why, it's awesome. I'm talking about Legend of the Green Flame. This is a graphic novel from the same writer that did Sandman, and I'm not talking about the Justice Society Sandman, I'm talking about the Sandman that won all those awards. Yeah, that guy. He was going to write, back in the 80s, I believe, a story about Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, and Superman. And then Emerald Twilight happened, and then a whole bunch of other things happened, and it never got published. So, they still published it in 2000, and mind you, in 2000, Hal Jordan was not the Green Lantern. The Green Lantern Corps was not around, and they never explained that Superman and Hal Jordan were friends. Basically, this is an Elseworld story that wasn't meant to be an Elseworld story. But wow. It's broken up in chapters, and every chapter it's a different artist. And I gotta say, there's some art in here that is breathtakingly great. As well as the story in here, if you're a hardcore Superman fan. Which I'm not. I gotta admit, I'm not, but I know his background, I know some of his stories, and I know that if he was in a situation of, let's say, being in hell, what his hell would be, because he's explained that, what his mission is and what have you. And I love what they do with Deadman in here, with Phantom Stranger. All in all, I love how Hal's written. He's written like he is in the comic books now, which is kind of weird. But this is all in all a joyful book. Now, the retail price of it is $5.95. But I got it for $2, and it's worth $6. But I got it for $2. But if you find this at your comic book store, buy it. Trust me, you will enjoy it, especially if you like storylines like I do, and you appreciate different artworks. It's great, and I just like it, especially because it's an Elseworld story that wasn't meant to be. But yeah, so, very good. I would give that a 9.5 out of 10. Is that good? So let's get to the comic books that came out this week. And like I said, all DC. None of them really shocked me this week, but let's begin with Titans number 26. Now, to read this, you have to have been reading, Titans, Villains for Hire, and the comics that came after that for the Titans series, but you need to know some facts about Cry for Justice, because Arsenal's in here. If you don't know who Arsenal is, it's Red Arrow, aka Speedy. Yeah, Speedy got his arm cut off in Cry for Justice, and his daughter got blown up. And after that, when he got a robotic arm, he started doing drugs. Well, the woman on here, as well as the character in here, one of the main characters, and her name is slipping on me. I'm sorry, I'm sick. I'm not the smartest person now. But, yeah, she's the mother of the daughter that got killed. I gotta say, the art was good, but this dragged so much. The first couple pages were enjoyable, but everything else felt like a marathon. It just took so long to get to. And the payoff at the end wasn't that great. For me, at least. Now, would I say Titans is a must-buy series? Last issue, I could have said yes. This issue, I could say probably not. Just the way it's going, it's predictable. And the Deathstroke part, okay, I get it. He's very smart. But damn, come on, man. They're making Deathstroke into, like, Jesus with knives. I don't know. I have to give this a 6.5 out of 10. Not the worst thing ever, and the art's great. It's just it dragged. And the reason why it's a 6.5 and not like a 7 is because I could not say that you should buy this. It's not important. Next up, Justice League Generation Lost number 7. And I feel so bad for this comic book because every time it comes out and it's really good, something's better that comes out that week. And then when it isn't that great, something's better that comes out that week. And this is one of the weeks that it wasn't that great. Now, mind you, this is a bi-weekly comic, so it's going to drag, just like Brightest Day. And I gotta say, if you're not reading Brightest Day, they do recap the characters that did come back and hear what their mission is. So, that was pretty cool. But, just like last issue, this is the throwaway. They're going into a high security area. And that's it. You know, to me, it could have been better. They could have had more oomph to the story, but we just get talky, and I don't care. I have to give this a 7 out of 10. Not horrible, and I still have some high hopes for this series. But it's kind of funny that Brightest Day is getting better now, and now Generation Lost is dragging. Why can't they both be good? But yeah, 7 out of 10. Which leads us to the comic of the week. And no surprise that this was going to be the comic of the week, seeing that I've been looking forward to this. But I was a little disappointed. I thought it was going to be like a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10. But I'm talking about Green Lantern Emerald Warrior. This is the series for Guy Gardner, his own series. This is our 3rd Green Lantern book. And I was impressed with the artwork. I was impressed with the overall story. Now, for me, number 1 issue has to do a couple things. Number 1, it has to wow me. We have to get some big epic thing that happens to clinch us for reading. And the art has to be stellar, and the character has to be awesome. We got most of that, and the thing that this was lacking was the epicness. Now, mind you, I like this a lot because I've read the other Green Lantern stories. If I didn't read the other Green Lantern stories, I would have been somewhat lost, as well as I would probably say I don't care about this character. But I gotta say, in the beginning, it does set up, you know, Guy being a badass cop. Literally, if you didn't have a lot of respect for Guy Gardner as a character or as a Green Lantern, you will in this comic. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next, but when you're reading this, don't get your hopes too high. It's not on the same level as Green Lantern Corps or Green Lantern. It has to build up a little more. That's just my opinion. I have to give this a 8 out of 10. But it is the comic of the week. So those are all the comics. You can check me out on comiccrazyreview.webs.com, where you can check out my run reviews, Blue Goblin's run reviews, Bucks and Nightbex's toy reviews, and Brendan Hex's Heck vlog, and much, much more. I'm sick. I'm sorry. Hopefully I won't be sick next week. And I'll be reviewing comics and stuff. So until next time, peace out and keep reading those comics.